Hello, and welcome back to the Ratchet Ramblings podcast presented to you by the CSPN. I am one-third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante on Twitter, aka Nigga Mort, aka VP Big Knees, and we are rejoined the triumphant return of the queen of niggatry, our sister. Candace is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Woo! It feels good to be back. I'm taking a break from adulting now, so this was the perfect time to make my triumphant return because I've clocked out of everything adult. So I'm in party mode. Oh, here's London. Yeah, pretty. But yeah, I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I got my dragon pantaloons on for today, and yeah, throw it over to Curtis.
Curtis the Menace on the mic, Trilificent on social media, and that's it. Mm, I feel dry like these episodes were this week, but that's fine. We'll still give you hashtag content. Before we do that, though, usual announcements. Use the hashtag Ratchet Ramblings Pod whenever you tweet or listen, tweet about the show or post about it. Follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. Is Ratchet Rambling on Twitter and Ratchet Ramblings on Instagram and Facebook. And we haven't gotten a new one in a little bit, so leave us some ratings and some reviews on iTunes or Stitcher so that we can enjoy your praise. And last, remember we have a merch store. You can get yourself some shirts, a mug, a tote, stickers, and all kinds of good stuff. Go to teespring.com/stores/ratchet ramblings and pick yourself something nice and represent. And that is it with the announcement for this. Well, I guess we can go ahead and announce it early. So we will not have an episode next week. The what do I want to call it? I was gonna say something rude, but the vow renewal that Candace has been alluding to for the past few months is this coming weekend, and so we're gonna take next week off from the show because people are traveling and all that
Sorry, I'm entering terrible too.
That is correct, London. That is correct.
She went out of her bed. Stay mad. Suffer.
Motherhood is black. Black motherhood at its finest. But yeah, London was the listeners of the show when they heard that no new episode next week.
Listen, we need to get the sound bite off that. That should remind me of that old black man who started crying. Oh, Mother of the Year, everybody. Know me.
Mother of the Year on Podcast of the Year.
Mama London.
So yeah, that's it for announcements, and I guess we can get started.
Yeah.
So let's start with growing up hip hop. This was episode quote unquote 13, episode 3 of season 3. I don't know why they still doing this as season 2, but whatever. So it was Wildin' Out. I don't have a lot of notes because stuff happened, but it wasn't that interesting, I guess. So, Bow Wow was being a diva about the So So Def tour, which is so funny because we were talking about that last week, and last Sunday the show was in Atlanta. Because I saw some of my friends or acquaintances that live there, and they were going to the show, and I texted Jeremy like, "Nigga, did you know that the show was there?" But of course, Big Knees don't know shit. So
yeah, good luck, everybody.
Which, you know what, I don't blame you because I don't know if I would have. I wouldn't have known either.
Well, was Candy on that tour with Escape?
Yes. Well, I believe she has been,
Okay.
but I don't know if she's picking and choosing cities or if she's on the tour completely. But I know JD was making a big deal about the original Escape. But when I looked it up, they billed it as Escape Trey or whatever they call themselves with the goddamn 3 on the end. So
when you do claim,
but they had a lot of people on the list, like Jagged Edge, Escape, what Bone Crusher,
yeah,
Brad, Young Bloods.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of the Bratz hits.
I thought the Brat had 2 hits, Functified and What Do You Like?
Oh, there we go.
Those are the only songs I remember from the Brat. I'm sorry.
And you know what? When JD said that Bow Wow is the most successful artist on So So Def, I feel like when the Brat and the rest of them watch that, like that should humble them down. Like
it should.
Like you would think, and I know that these older acts do like these nostalgia tours and cruises and Tom Joyner cruises and all that kind of bullshit. But I don't want to go to your concert with no new music. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I can go on Apple Music and listen to all your old music and stay within my $14.99 family plan, should I say. I don't want to see Escape performing those songs still sounding like shit. I saw a video clip of Jagged Edge sounding like shit.
Ooh, that shit had me in tears because that nigga was like,
talking
this
about
mic sound like shit.
I'm like, nah, it ain't the mic, sweetheart.
Yeah, I did. The collective that I saw was that they weren't sounding good. Although I'm not surprised because 2 of them sound the same. Well, 2 of them sound the same, and I've never been convinced that they know how to harmonize. And the other nigga, I don't even know why he there. The nigga that kept going to jail. I was surprised he wasn't in jail for this.
I was just like, this.
And I say that as someone who's enjoyed Jagged Edge's music, but I was like, but I'm not delusional. Like y'all ain't got no harmonies.
Yeah. In 2018, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to hear Candy singing. I don't want to hear Tiny singing. I don't want to hear Jagged Edge singing. I don't want to hear Bone Crusher ATL stomping. I don't want to hear JD performing that song he had with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z ain't never there to do his part, the best part. I don't want to hear none of it.
The other clip that we saw from the show last week was Bow Wow. He has some very select words for his, as we now know, ex-girlfriend. What's her name?
Kiyomi.
Masika Jr.
Yeah. Masika Beta.
Masika Light.
Masika 1.95 because she's not a 2.0. But it's
so yeah. I mean,
what did he say?
What did he say? He was just something like,
I got rid of that trifling bitch, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay.
He's like, no, I'm single because I don't fuck with, raggedy bitch, something stupid like that.
Bow Wow being.
Well, she was a raggedy bitch, and that's just, we can call it what it is. So, when I listened to the show last week, and I hadn't caught up on it yet, so when I listened to the show, I was like, okay, let me see what this bitch about. She's every bit of raggedy as y'all described her last week on the show. Even more so because what kind of bitch is laying up in a nigga's mama house? Like, have y'all pulled together the fact that Bow Wow lives with his mama?
I said that on the first episode, or whatever episode was the first one of Growing Up Hip Hop, because he was like what they call it, the boss mansion.
Because the mama was like, she's just always. I've never gotten to spend time alone with her. We're always in the house together, and I was like, skirt. You laying up in a nigga mama house talking about you a bad bitch. That's not how any of this works. You don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, sweetheart.
I mean, we know that from last week because she also don't know how to follow directions and take the right exit. So,
and I thought it was creepy. The conversation she had with his mom was creepy. That weirded me out, and so to hear that they're not together, I'm for and against Bow Wow in a lot of ways. I'm against you bringing random women around your daughter that you only are with for 3 to 4 months. You got this girl hugging your daughter, this, that, and the third, and but niggas would have a fit if the tables was turned and that was a woman bringing a man that she's not going to be with long term around her daughter.
Yep.
I was like, this is strange.
Yeah.
But I've chalked it up to the fact that Kiyomi is raggedy. Like we said last week, Kiyomi raggedy, but it's also Bow Wow. So it's like two bozos together.
It's like she raggedy, but he gives the invitation and space to be raggedy.
When I watched him go to Masika's listening party, and I was just like trying to really figure out. Like I said, y'all have valid points for his friends. Like Bow Wow in the past has acted very single in his relationships. I didn't get that energy when he went by Masika's like little listening party. He kind of came across to me agitated that she couldn't take the hint.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like in that,
he came across really agitated. Like, yo, you've been calling. I know you wonder why I'm not answering. Like. He's like, I got a woman, and
like Masika would. But again, it's Masika being Masika, just being thirsty and messy. Like
you a different type of bitch to be thirsty for Bow Wow. And today, in 2018, you a different type of bitch to be thirsty for Bow Wow because
you can't be that thirsty because that ain't a very tall drink. So
everything that Bow Wow has is in his mama name. You better off trying to go eat his mama pussy. You are better off getting with Shad Moss mama over him because she the gatekeeper of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and then they talked about his depression, and I just there's nothing you could do about somebody's depression if they don't want help for it. But at the same time, I'm not a therapist, so I'm not gonna sit here and say what is or is not depression. Bow Wow comes across to me like somebody who never had to grow up because he was very sheltered by his mom, by JD, by the brat, by people they had around him. He just seems really sheltered and doesn't know shit. Because when JD was like, that tour bus that you had at 13, you paid for it. 15, you paid for it. You always paid for your own tour bus. You always paid for your own, what do they call this shit when they get a list of demands? What is that shit called? I can't remember the name of it, but you pay for all of that shit. And he like, huh? I did? What?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, you're in your 30s and you've been in the game longer than a lot of people.
How do you
not know this?
How do you not know that?
Right.
That's why it made a lot of sense when they finally got to that point in the episode why JD kept laughing at the beginning. JD was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not paying for that. I never have.
Right.
He's like, I'll pay for my tour bus, and if y'all want to be on there, that's fine.
Which I stand a motherfucker that's efficient with the finances.
Yeah, he thrifty.
But it's just like, have you ever seen them goddamn luxury ass tour buses? It's more than enough fucking space.
Yep. Not only that, but knowing how wild Bow Wow is, it's just like you don't need your own tour bus. Just so you can bring this girl along and y'all can be fucking while you're on tour. That's all you want.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
For a relationship we see that didn't even last throughout the tour.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I'm real curious to see if we're gonna see which I'm kind of feeling we are. We're gonna see the breakdown of this relationship before it actually happens.
She a little too jealous for me.
A little.
And like I was just watching like. I mean, I haven't listened. I don't actively listen to Bow Wow's music, past, present, or future. However, what do she expect from a rapper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like rappers got protocol shit that they do. Staying out all night and not texting they bitches is one of them.
Yep.
Like it's at the top of the list. If you gonna date a nigga that rap, you can expect him to not come home some nights. And then guilt trip you about it when he do. Like
right. Like if you were smart, you would do what the smart women do and get yourself something out of it. Get yourself a nice bag, some jewelry. Like every time you do this shit, you already know you're gonna have to play makeup.
Yeah.
But you on some misery shit, like
when he gaslights you, just hit up the pockets.
But she
not like that's mine. Like, girl, it's so little of them.
Right.
You can have it. Yeah. I mean, bitch, you didn't start out with a whole cookie. You started out with some crumbs. He just a little piece of crumb. Nigga, just a little drink of water. You know them little short water bottles and shit. The real is like 3 ounces in there. That's him.
Yeah,
that ain't no tall drink of water, baby. Don't nobody want that.
But Masika, he just a little juice box.
Little juicy juice, little 6 ounce juicy juice, bitch.
He just a
nobody.
Yeah,
and not even the wild cherry. He like kiwi strawberry.
Anyway, we have drifted like that. Two of us.
Oh man, about Deb Atney and First of all, let me say this. Her idea for having a restaurant, a lounge, and a strip club, that shit genius. But I could go be classy and freaky all in one little atmosphere.
Yep.
And then get some steak and lobster tail. Like, I see the vision, and from the looks of what we saw, it looks really nice.
It does look nice. It does look nice. And that's some shit. It's like when you can go to the same spot 3 weeks in a row and have a different experience.
I like that. I like that shit.
I fuck with it.
Deb tired of the music business.
Yeah, that was what I got. She tired.
She done.
She tired of
she
babysitting rappers.
Yes, and ratchet bitches and everything else. Like she told Masika, like I'm not gonna be able to do that, sweetheart.
Yeah,
I'm done managing. She don't even manage her own son no more.
Masika, I always get what I want. Do you? Because you surely didn't get any clean heels. So
or a nigga that can see you, but
well, he's his way out of your life.
He saw his way right off of Love and Hip Hop after 2 episodes.
No. But yeah, she was like, Miss Deb is done. She tired.
Yeah,
she's tired.
She's
tired of Johnny.
The only discernment that the brat has had, well, let me take that back. I don't care for the brat.
No.
I don't. I've tried. I don't. This show, as I've said in previous episodes, she has made herself supremely unlikable on Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. But the one thing she has constantly been right about has been Johnny Blaze. Constantly. She has told Miss Deb, that girl don't want what you want for her. Go on know about your business. That girl don't want to win.
She did. You know what? Yeah. She said, didn't she say that last episode, Jeremy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or yeah, because before all the shit happened and Johnny, turned into a little Tasmanian devil, the brat told her, she's like, it's always gonna be the same shit with her.
Yeah.
And sure enough.
That's the one thing the brat right about. She ain't right about shit else, but she right about that.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I'm going.
She right about some of the Bow Wow stuff.
Yeah. She is right about some of the stuff about Bow Wow. However, she's also a perpetrator of the stuff that she always is hounding Bow Wow about. So it's like,
And JD,
you
you
can see,
always forgive him. You always let him come back. Well, bitch, he said, "Oh, all right, my bad." And then
and
it
you
was
did
like,
the
I
same
can't,
shit.
I can't stay mad at him.
He won't grow up, but that's why we love him, sis. Which is it? Is it Uchiwale or is it one Mike?
Mm-hmm. Is it the Brat or is it Chantel?
Ain't her name Shantae?
Well,
It's
Doesn't matter.
neither. It's neither.
Her name is court appointed payments. That's what her name is.
I was gonna say,
You know what's why? What is going on that she has never put out any more music? Not that I would listen to it.
I'm waiting for it.
I think you answered your own question. Who the fuck gonna listen to it if she does?
That's what I would listen, but why hadn't she tried?
And
like, give me something to reject.
I also feel like the answer in that lies in JD. If JD not doing nothing, then she not gonna do it. And JD is not making music of his own. I feel like he's scaled back how much he works completely. And I just you've never seen the Brat on her own, if we're gonna be honest. She has always done her thing with JD beside her or behind the scenes when she decided she wanted to be sexy for 5 minutes. Which I was here for that era. However,
I feel like the Brat is to JD what Memphis Bleek is to Jay-Z. Like, she on the payroll, she don't really do shit, but that's like that's his best friend, and that's just what the fuck it is.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. It's like, you made me some money back in the day. You made yourself some money, but you know.
Now watch my kids.
Right. You haven't really done much for yourself outside of that, and that's not on me. However, you still the homie.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like JD and the Brat, they go find bitches together. Like, that's always been their thing, and it always will be until they both too dusty.
Yeah.
You know what? It's annoying too, because the Brat is really pretty, but her attitude is just like.
I agree.
When they went to that sneaker boutique, I was like, is this what rich people do? I don't want to drink no fucking champagne around a bunch of shoes.
Why I'm buying no goddamn sneakers, bitch? Just wrap my shoes up and leave me alone.
I was like, maybe that's just, but you know what? I guess that's some rich people shit. If I was rich and that was the experience, I guess I would go with it, I guess. But if it smelled like a Foot Locker, that's why I don't get the aesthetic, because I'm like, the shoe store usually don't smell very well, and I don't want to drink.
It either smell like leather or bullshit.
Or leather bullshit. Anyway, let's see what else. So we talked a little bit about Masika. So Masika rolls up on Jazzy Faye, and she's like, "I've known Jazzy, blah 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 blah." So it's the typical question that we have in these situations, and we talked about it before. The same question we had with Brooke and a few other people. If you have all these connections, why are you struggling so much to make music happen? If you've known Jazzy Faye for umpteen years, why are you still struggling?
It seems she spends more time laying on her back trying to secure the bag than actually develop, fine-tuning the craft that she wants to have. Like, some of her music that has been played, the first thing that comes to mind is it would sound amazing if somebody who could actually sing was singing it.
Yep.
Because she hasn't taken the time to do vocal lessons, do vocal coaching. You know, she hasn't done anything except for hop from one reality series to the next and look the fuck stupid.
Correct. Which is why it is
with them cheap ass wigs, girl, always talking that shit, and your hair just looks like somebody sprayed them with glue.
Right.
You look the fuck.
That's why I found it ironic when she was talking about Kiyomi and she was like, Bow Wow done got him a little Instagram hoe. And I'm like, well, Masika.
You an Instagram hoe.
You're an Instagram hoe of old because you used to be a video vixen. How you judging this girl?
Right.
You had a baby with a nigga with one eye, and he ain't seen y'all since.
With one eye and no checks.
Hello.
For you anyway, because I don't believe he not getting money, but he ain't got none for you.
Right. When you just got out of some shit with Lexus, kind of Lexus had to tell you, and which is the irony of her being the one to tell you, but like she was like, "Girl, Fed ain't studying neither one of us. Like, go on about your damn business."
Mm-hmm. But when you stupid,
yeah.
And then so she. And my thing with her is bouncing around being messy in ATL, asking everybody and they fucking mama about Bow Wow.
You talked about. We used to talk. She
I was like, went to Miss Deb and asked her about Bow, and Miss Deb was looking like, I ain't that nigga mama. Like, why are you asking me about him? And I was just like,
All right.
You just find new ways to look thirsty and
look the fuck stupid. That's why Miss Deb was like, look, I ain't working with your ass.
Yeah, and I mean,
try to do music. Now you gotta try to be messy.
Nothing withstanding because you being messy over Bow Wow, but I mean, I guess it almost feels like it's one of those. Yeah, we used to be friends and we flirted, but we never really like crossed the edge. And I want to, but he not being receptive, and it's just like,
yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting to.
It's just like timing. I mean, I know you used to get in your way because you like to lay on your back, which I mean, shout out to you if that's what you want to do, but you don't have to look stupid over a nigga that's in a relationship. Like, so, because when she had her listening party, which looked a little janky, I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a kickback at somebody's house, but that's fine. You know, I think that's what it was.
Bitch was serving beanies and weenies.
That sounds on brand.
So Frank and Beans ass bitch. What the fuck? Cheap ass Moscato. Everybody left out there having a shit. Bitch. I wanted to do a little listening party. For what, bitch? For one single? Just put that bullshit on iTunes and go, bitch. Put that shit on SoundCloud, bitch. Leave us the fuck alone.
Ooh. And leave Bow Wow alone.
He seemed so fucking annoyed with her. When he popped out, and that's why I was like, I know this Kiyomi bitch is very stupid because he went to Masika shit to tell her, listen, I see your calls, I see your texts, I got a woman, I'm not gonna answer, I don't want no drama, deuces. Like, he like, yeah, I bet you wondering why I'm not answering all your texts, all your calls. I was like, this nigga stunting. But still, she like, well, if she's that insecure, like, girl, he said what the fuck he said. If he willing to adhere to what that insecure bitch is doing, go on about your goddamn business.
Right. I'm trying to tell him, well, if you with somebody who won't let you be yourself, you're going to end up cheating. And I was like,
girl, just pull your...
trying to convince him of.
Right. I'm like, girl, just pull your pussy out and go.
Right. I'm like, just pull the panties to the side, because...
Just fucking go. Because you're doing the most.
You know what that situation reminded me of? Shit, which show was it? It was what's the one in New York? Love and Hip Hop. When that nigga Jacquay and what's the bitch name that was trying to throw him some pussy when they went to
one that always be fighting?
Oh yeah, I can't think of her name.
The one that looked like Handsome Squidward.
Handsome Squidward.
What's her name?
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about though.
But remember when they went?
Ain't it Bianca?
No, not Bianca.
No, it wasn't Bianca. It was the
Oh, what is her fucking name?
Bree.
No.
Was it Bree?
No, not Bree.
Oh,
The one that was fucking Rich Dollars at one point.
Anais.
Anais.
Remember when they went and Anais was trying to throw Jacquees some pussy? He was like, I'm good, love, enjoy. That's what the situation with Masika and Bow Wow remind me of, because she just jockeying it every which way. He like, I shall not partake.
Yeah.
At least we see now, because that weird vibe that they had when he met up with Lil Mama. I guess now we have our answer. He wasn't really vibing at her. I see, because to me, I kind of settled.
The previews, the previews made that seem weird, and she don't want to fuck him, and he don't want to fuck her.
That's what I'm saying.
She like, watch out for me musically, because I'm here now.
Yeah, I settled on music shit, and worst case scenario, they might go get bitches together, but they not trying to do nothing together.
Yeah.
And because Pimpin was trying to blow down on Lil Mama.
that shit was.
First of all, Pimpin checked Bow Wow a little bit on the pool and was like, you doing a lot, bro.
Yeah, Pimpin be using on him.
I like Bow Wow, but he gonna have to stop trying to act like his career would have been the same if JD didn't launch it.
Yeah.
Like I don't foresee any other big name at the time that could have launched Bow Wow as successfully as JD and So Def did, because So Def had a young energy at the time when Bow Wow came out. Because Escape came out, they was pretty much teenagers. Them Jagged Edge niggas was pretty young.
Yeah. The Brat was young when she came out.
Yeah, the Brat was young. So Bow Wow wouldn't have had the same career. Right, no. He wouldn't have had the same career with another label at the time.
Yeah.
So for him to keep acting like he made So Def, I'd be like, listen, kid.
Yeah.
You made some coin. You had some.
You
had a hell of a career, but you need to get it the fuck together. And then Pimpin was like, Lil Mama gonna keep fucking around and she gonna be baby mama.
That shit had me. But Pimpin was like, cause what Bow Wow said, he was like, they like family, and Pimpin was like, well, you not treating family like family right now, cause you were just crying about this last season. Now look at you doing the same thing.
Yeah. So he finally agreed to be on the tour after JD had to lay, the little reality check on him about the tour bus shit, and was like, I don't do that.
Which I wonder if that was some of the shit that may have gone down last season when Bow Wow was claiming he didn't get paid like he was supposed to. I wonder if he had all those goddamn requirements and shit, and it came out of his part of the tour money.
It might have been.
I wouldn't be surprised. But, that just goes back to what you were saying earlier about him having been in the game for so long and not knowing how it worked. You don't know how the business side of it worked, the financials.
Yeah.
But let's wrap up growing up hip hop. So Johnny Blaze, she met up with Miss Deb's son, I guess. And he basically was convincing her to call her and try to work it out. The only thing I really wanted to say out of that is Johnny, fuck you, Tom, because he was like, you're a bitch, She was like, oh, I guess that's just the Gemini in me. I was like, no, that's the need for medicinal therapy in you. That don't got nothing to do with you being a Gemini.
Exactly.
Don't put that evil on us.
When I was watching, I was like, I know Curtis gonna take offense to this.
You goddamn right. Shit.
I knew Curtis was gonna be like, don't you wish that evil on us, Rick, about it? That's you on your own.
You on your own, cause that level of crazy, that ain't got nothing to do with the moon, the stars, the mountains, or the rivers. Shit. That is you. Own up to it, baby girl.
Right.
And she called Miss Deb, and that shit had me hollering because she was like, would you, can we meet and talk? Miss Deb was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel like Dale said yeah, but she was like, okay, girl, whatever.
Yeah, you know what? And I feel like she's gonna have that same attitude that she had with Masika. Miss Deb is done. She is done.
Yeah,
As she should be, specifically with Johnny.
yeah.
Like, let her do her own thing. She supposedly got 3 EPs coming out in the same month, which
Don't want it. Listen, her and that piranha ass mouth can go.
yeah.
That bitch mouth definitely looked like a piranha.
Yeah.
She didn't had all this plastic surgery and bitch ain't got no veneers.
She definitely looked like Reptile in the mouth.
Like fuck her. She's a brat. She too old.
Yeah.
She got some talent, but she's a fucking menace everywhere she goes. She has the same outcome everybody she works with. You're the problem, sweetheart.
Yeah, you're a liability. You are the liability. She do have a strong mouth though. She definitely looked like she could bite through a bank vault.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's it. So we can move on.
She's a bumper off a Cadillac.
A mouth looked like the bumper of a Cadillac. The old school one though with the metal. Anyway, so we're gonna move on to Married to Medicine, episode 8, Pajama Drama.
Listen, I'm so sick of Simone and that goddamn overbite.
Also too as well. Ed. But I'm so glad that she finally gave Cecil some pussy.
First of all, I'm so sick of this bitch acting like she don't know her husband.
Right.
Cecil ain't changed that fucking much in 20 plus years where you act like you don't know how to fuck your husband. I feel like Simone was fucking somebody else. I don't know why, I just do. She acting way too brand new. She acting like her and Cecil just having sex for the first time. Bitch, y'all got 2 kids.
Right.
You been slipping and sliding on that dick. Go play with your orthodontist. Don't play with us. We done here. You playing in our fucking face.
She been playing with her orthodontist. That's why she in the situation she in now.
Mm.
How are you best friends with a dentist? Oh, never mind.
And won't get a fucking Invisalign. Again, the bitch playing in our face, and also as well with that ugly ass onesie, Halloween onesie, in the middle of spring. Bitch, no. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
But Dr. Jackie had me hollering when Simone told her that, and Dr. Jackie was like, "Oh Lord, finally," because she been a bitch. Woo.
Yeah.
And of course, in typical Dr. Jackie fashion, she didn't say that, but she definitely.
We picked up on the meaning. We know,
right?
And we agree because she definitely has been a demon from hell since she ain't been getting no dick, allegedly. So that was nice. So Dr. Contessa is still on the mend after her surgery, and Dr. Scott came in there and was like, "Girl, if you
girl's ready to meet me, them titties want to meet daddy." And I was like, "Okay."
I was like, "Okay."
He ready to fuck something.
He ready to see what the new hardware looked like, but she was like, "Nah, my twins." When she says they still look like they've been in a fight. But I like Dr. Scott because he seems like a very dutiful husband.
Agreed.
Like, he not just there to be there as a man. Like, he's actually there because he cares and is loves his wife and wants the best for her. So I like seeing them, even on them kids. Ooh,
kids. Ooh.
I was like, them kids jumping on her made me so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it made me anxious.
That's the better word. It made me anxious.
But I agree. I like Dr. Scott. I like him. Him and Contessa about the only couple on the damn show that I like.
They the only couple that I give a fuck about, to be honest. Now I like Dr. Jackie individually.
They both attractive too.
Correct.
Yeah.
They both. I would watch a sex tape with them.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I would participate.
Especially she got them new titties sitting up.
Yep.
But the rest of them, yeah, I'll pass on them. As I feel like Dr. Eugene is like a cuck.
Oh, he definitely a bitch.
He about messy as his goddamn fat ass wife. 2 fat motherfuckers, man. 2 skin slapping, hog tied, bacon slurping motherfucker. Really make my skin crawl. Like, Lord forgive me, but I just and neither of them are attractive enough to carry on the way that they do. Like, Toya without makeup looks like Eugene if he had weight loss surgery. Like, it's so fucking much, and they always fucking gossiping. And
Canada came back with a vengeance. Goddamn.
This is what I was hoping for. That's why I'm not even really saying too much. I'm letting her do her thing. It's been too many weeks that she's been away, so y'all have to soak all of this up. But she's not wrong in any respect.
No, she is not. She's absolutely correct.
How you a bunch of rich bitches in Atlanta and y'all ain't found y'all no good wig maker yet? How your hair just always fucked up, your wig always fucked up, your attitude fucked up, Toya, the way you wobble fucked up, bitch. You look like your neck, your back, your ankle, and your kneecap hurt, bitch. Walk like you should be on crutches, bitch. Oh, Forrest Gump. Run out them goddamn leg braces, ass bitch. You need your posture adjusted. Y'all don't have no chiropractor in y'all group of friends, bitch. Please find me on Twitter, bitch, if you got a problem, because I'm tell you. I mean everything. I mean this with everything in me that somebody really needs to punch you. Somebody need to knock the wig off your goddamn head. Like you really need to have her wig is coming off moment. Like you've been a weirdo, messy bitch all season with multiple women in the group, and I am so fucking confused. First with Dr. Contessa, then with Quad. It's like, girl, you need a fucking. You know what? You don't need a job, bitch. You need some Herbalife.
Wow.
You ain't Eugene. All the fucking you claim y'all doing, bitch, you still can't mind your motherfucking business. All this cocaine is sniffing, you can't keep your nose out of other people's business. I've been waiting to dog you, Toya. Like I would be studying for the PE on Sundays and been like, damn, I can't wait to get back on the show and cuss this bitch out. She's so weirdo.
We could tell.
I mean, even from throwing birthday parties that's appreciation parties for your husband, bitch, that is so stupid. I just want you to know that shit was dumb. Then the way you acted was dumber. And then now you just the dumbest bitch on the show. Like you are elevated. How do you elevate to the shit of the shit? Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Correct and on all fronts.
Yes. Amen.
Amen. Speaking of dumb, so Dr. Aiden is having some kind of issues with his job.
Oh.
You know what? When I saw that, Curtis, all I could think of was suffer. Like,
it's not, I don't have a huge issue with Dr. Aiden. I have a huge issue with them acting like it's going to be hard for a doctor to get another job as a doctor.
Yeah.
That, like, I was watching this shit and I was like, this is very fucking performative and I don't like it. And it was all for the sake of portraying Mariah as something more than an aggressor and a fucking weirdo. Because to have a husband who has been in medicine as long as her has, Dr. Aiden probably has, if he's still in the process of looking, motherfuckers knocking his door down to hire him as a doctor and a education professional when it comes to medicine. He has no issues getting a fucking job.
Yep. Because off the top of his head, he listed multiple places that they could go where he would probably have similar positions. California, what did he say? California, Houston, or North Carolina?
Yep.
And having options that you don't want to entertain is not the same as being destitute, the way Mariah was trying to make it seem. It was like, okay, so if the shit don't work out and he got to go somewhere else for a job, okay, but he has the options. It ain't like us regular motherfuckers that shit, we lose our job and we up shit's creek until we find something else. Yeah.
Well, so I decided to Google her husband.
Uh-oh.
His rating on like this site called vitals.com. I've used it before when I want to see, if I've been looking for a new doctor or a certain type of doctor. See, his rating is a 3.7 out of 5. Let's just scroll to some of the ratings.
With him being Bangladeshi, that doesn't surprise me. And I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm gonna be racist because
so one of the reviews says, Dr. Huck sucks. He did not give my nephew proper treatment. We took my 1-year-old nephew to the ER for difficulty breathing and a terrible cough. Dr. Huck diagnosis was a double sinus infection. However, that was inaccurate. He sent us home with an antibiotic. He did not give breathing treatments during our visit. My sister and my niece took the baby to the pediatrician the next day, where in fact he was diagnosed as having croup. And when they called back to follow up, nobody would return their calls. So, and that's quite a few of his reviews.
Damn.
Yeah.
So maybe they do have something to worry about.
Yeah. So I take it back. He better stay where he at, take the demotion and go on about his goddamn business.
Yeah. I mean, he is an ER doctor. So.
But at the same time, those reviews are hit or miss. It's just
that too.
People get finicky about their health care. When I first Googled my OB when I was pregnant with London, she had some terrible reviews. And like the reviews was like, because she was Black, and so it was white people mad that she was like basically telling them, I don't need you to tell me how to do my job, because if you knew how to do my job, you wouldn't be here in my office. And so, it was like a overweight white woman crying that she was like, your pregnancy is going to be difficult because you are so overweight, and that's just the nature of it. And you have to watch what you eat, and you can't pig out like other women do and this, that, and the third. So
yeah, and that's what I was saying. But and also, like I said, he's an ER doctor, and I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like ER medicine is a little different than if you just go to a regular doctor in their office.
It is because their primary goal is to get you enough treatment so that you can go make an appointment with your regular physician.
Yeah, with your PA,
they are not there to treat you or fully diagnose you.
Right.
And then that's just the nature of what going to the ER does, which is why so many people have stopped going to the ER.
Yep. Yep. So that's that on that. Dr. Heavenly, she went back to therapy, and I don't know. They were just talking, I guess. She did make me laugh when she was like, "Why is it you always take a big old pause before you say the next thing?" And he just kind of had that pensive look on his face. But outside of that, I don't really remember much of what they was talking about.
I don't really know what to make of her therapist, and I think you alluded to this like in an early episode, Curtis. Like, I don't know if is it? He just don't.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because
he's working with Heavenly.
Yes, but also because it's being filmed. Fair. And I think you have to be very careful with what you present when you doing somebody's therapy.
Oh yeah, just because of the privilege and
because of the nature of it. So I feel like they cherry pick, or they just have a generic conversation,
and then they get into it when the camera's not rolling.
Right. At least I hope so, because
I think you probably are right, because her her energy seems a little different. These episodes going.
Yeah, like I definitely feel like she's doing therapy, but as far as meeting this man and them showing it on film, like we know that that's not the real therapy session. It can't be because that's confidential.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that's fair because I was just like,
And so because of that, but he also seems a little slimy, but that's just the way he's coming across on film, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like something about him just don't curl all the way over.
Yeah, but that might be because he's trying to retract and not reveal stuff that he's not supposed to. Like he has a very in his head that I need to be very mindful of the conversation that we're having right now because I don't want to dive into the stuff that is the actual therapy session. Because if you think about it, when they talk, it's always very generic. Like I'm thinking about when I go to therapy and when we start getting into the stuff, you know, your therapist really, they start, if you have a good therapist, let me preface it by saying that they do start peeling back layers and plucking strings and navigating. And I don't see that, but I don't expect to because it's on TV, you know, and I could see maybe the beginning of the session with my therapist when they're like, you know, how's your week been? You know what I mean? Something very generic. You know, you mentioned that you were taking this trip. How did that go? Very generic conversation versus when they get into it, I can see more so of the actual therapy session being, okay, you remember your sister's room and your father died in there. Let's explore that deeper. They would not show that on film. And she is changing. So
I won't take that from her.
I won't take that from. I mean, she's still crazy
for now. So
Yeah.
what the fuck she's on the rest of the season. But for now,
well, you know what? I'm going to retract. I'm not going to say she's changing because I haven't seen enough. I'm going to say she's putting in the effort. I will give her that, and the effort is showing. I don't want to say she's changing because she's
give her too many roses.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's just what it is, Jeremy. He just, I don't know why he comes. I don't know if it's because he's so light skinned or the way he dressed. I don't know what it is, but I know what you're saying. I just don't know how to. I can't pinpoint what it is.
Right.
So everybody finds out that Quad has filed for divorce and moved because of the blogs. And I want to say before I let Candace rip into this situation, all of this is Mariah's fault. Because if last week when they were at Dr. Jared's housewarming party, if she had not been trying to overshadow Quad and talk over her, Quad probably would have told them, hey, I'm filing for divorce and XYZ.
Like, she had every intention on spilling it.
Yeah. But Mariah would not let her have a moment. Like Mariah cannot stand not being the center of attention.
And when Heavenly of all people said, like, let Quad have the floor.
They all did. They wanted to hear what Quad had to say. And Quad kept saying that. And Mariah would not shut the fuck up. Now, that was the only part that really annoyed me from last week, is that nobody said, Mariah, shut the fuck up and let this woman speak. If they had done that, I think that would have done two things. Number one, it would have shut Mariah the fuck up. And number two, it would have given Quad the confidence to realize, okay, they really do have my back and they're not just trying to be messy, except for Toya. And I can feel confident that if somebody starts stepping out of line, somebody else is going to check them. That's really one of the main problems in that group, is that when somebody is being out of line towards somebody else, nobody steps in and says, you are fucking up, sis. Tighten it the fuck up. Especially when it comes to Toya and Mariah.
Yeah.
Because somebody should have been checked Toya's stupid ass about the way she treats Contessa.
Whew.
Like, there's no reason that Dr. Simone or Dr. Jackie hasn't been to Toya and been like, what the fuck is you even doing?
Because we goddamn showed her cook ass husband.
Again, let me say this. My big issue with this is them expecting Quad to bond with them over her fucking divorce.
Yeah, over her misery. Yeah.
That is fucking weird. I don't want to bond over misery. I will share with you what's going on with me and then we'll go from there. Expecting a play by fucking play of what's going on in her deteriorating marriage is very fucking strange to me. Very intrusive, very insensitive. It's like,
Yep.
what?
Yeah. The other thing that annoys me about this, and I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna keep saying it because they keep presenting it on the show, is that it gives a very interesting light to how people define friendship. And the thing that I've noticed is that certain people like Toya, they have a finite definition of what friendship is. And they don't know how to maneuver when a friendship with someone does not fit into the box that they've molded for it. And they have a one size fits all type approach to friendship, where I'm of the mindset, and I would probably note Dr. Jackie and Dr. Contessa that you have to meet your friends where they are. Like, you have to define your friendship individually with each friend. You can't just say, this is what it means to be a friend to me, and everybody better fall the fucking line. That is not how friendship works. You have to have that, like, case in point, my friendship with Candace is not the same as my friendship with Jeremy, because we meet each other at different places. Right. Do we bond mutually over being trash on this show? Of course.
Absolutely.
And in the group chat, of course.
Absolutely.
But
however, separately, you know, if you are really friends with somebody, you know your boundaries with them. You know how they move if you're doing friendship correctly.
Yes.
I understand. One thing I understand about Curtis is Curtis will talk to you about what's going on with him when he's ready and not a minute sooner.
Listen, me and Quad are the same.
You text Curtis 20 times a day, want to know what's going on, and then he probably gonna cuss you the fuck out. And that's probably what's gonna be the outcome.
Or put you on D&D for a while.
So it's like, again, like, and furthermore, when one of us goes through something, we don't try to use that as a learning opportunity with each other. It's like, damn, I'm sorry this is happening to you. We here if you need us. But like, expecting a play-by-play of somebody's misery, that shit is so, I don't like that. That's weird to me.
Very.
It's really fucking creepy.
And Eugene reinforces Toya's dumb shit with that, because he's like, yeah, you're supposed to tell your friends beforehand when you do stuff. And I'm like, that's what? Like, that's not a requisite of friendship.
Weird to me is that shit is public information. So Quad didn't say a word. Them blogs, they go look for that shit, especially when you've been in the media for your marriage falling apart.
Correct. They've been waiting on it.
They've been probably checking those Georgia, wherever they got married at, which I'm guessing is in Atlanta. They've been checking them fucking records for months now, waiting on those divorce papers to slide through the system. You can see when a motherfucker get married. You can see when a motherfucker get divorced.
Yep. So they have the pajama party, and everybody shows up. As we've already stated, Dr. Simone showed up looking the fuck stupid in a Halloween onesie,
dressed like an extra from Coco. Mama Coco face ass bitch.
But everybody else had their little onesies. Quad didn't really wear a onesie. She had on, but she looked good.
Quad had no intention on staying because she knew they was finna get on some bullshit.
Yep.
You could tell.
She had her heels on. She was gonna make an appearance.
Yeah. Also, shout out to what's the lady name from last episode? Curtis Dr.
Jarrett.
Dr. Jarrett. Yeah. I like Dr. Jarrett so far.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna.
definitely think they could get rid of Mariah and Aiden and bring on Dr. Jared and her husband.
I agree.
It'll be another. It'll be a couple that.
I don't like Toya, but we need somebody we could just totally not like.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's different with Mariah because at least Toya gives fodder.
Yeah,
as she is unlikable. Mariah don't give nothing. She's just unlikable, and it's just like, oh, why is you here?
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, everybody showed up. Dr. Contessa didn't show up, which I don't know why anybody thought she would. Like, girl, you just had surgery. Have a fucking seat. But they did call her, and I did note that Toya was doing the most, rolling her eyes and shit while everybody was speaking to Contessa. And I was just like,
and then in the confessionals talking about, I know what my real friends are. I was like, see, this is why you need to get beat the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, bitch,
I
listen
can't
to
wait
everything.
for the reunion because I feel like Contessa gonna check the fuck out of Toya.
I feel like she gonna check her before then. I feel like when Contessa is back to, when she's healed and everything, they gonna have another run in because Toya has disrespected Contessa at every opportunity. Even when
not even over little shit. She disrespected her family, her health. Every shit that you really should fall back on, she's made it a point to disrespect her in those areas.
Correct. So I want to see Dr. Contessa just unleash,
She deserves.
She is very. I don't know if we're ever going to see that real unleash because I feel like she has so much discipline from hell being a doctor and having been in the Air Force. I think it was the Air Force.
Yeah, it was there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see her really peel back and let Toya have it the way. Let me rephrase it. I don't think Dr. Contessa's ever going to stoop down to the trash level that we like and that we would stoop down to. However, I think she will get Toya together again in her own way. Just like she did when they met up for dinner. And she's like, bitch, I came with an olive branch and you came with a branch up your ass. So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that shit, we were just like, ooh, like she, I do not like Toya. She can go ahead.
So a couple of things about the pajama party that had me screaming. When Heavenly was there and Toya showed up, not Toya, who does Heavenly have an issue with? Mariah. And Mariah was like, okay, you can't speak. Y'all, no, Dr. Jackie was like, I would like for y'all to speak to each other. And, they spoke. And Mariah was like, oh, I like your long johns. And then confessional, Heavenly was like, fuck my long johns. Get a job, bitch. How about that? I was like, what? That had me screaming. She's like, my long johns, fuck my long johns. Get a job. And so then when they started playing the imitation game and Heavenly was like, this sounds like an old messy ass game. I was like, I agree.
Same.
I agree.
Same.
But it was one of those weird things where they're like, okay, making fun of each other is how we bond. And I don't know if that's like an old people thing. I mean, I know we joke on each other in the group chat every now and then, but that's not our bonding tool. So I was just like, I mean, I don't know. Is this an old people thing or is it I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I was just like, okay, Dr. Jackie, okay, I guess.
Yeah. And then outside of that, to wrap it up, Toya was being childish as usual. And her and Quad got into it again, but then they made up and
yeah.
Everybody's like, y'all just fussing at each other because it's all out of love. And I was like, I guess. I was like, if you ask me, Toya just a messy ass bitch. And because it should have been nothing for Quad to be like, I don't want to be asked questions about this right now. I will talk to y'all about it when I feel like it. And not Mariah, what's the lady name? Heavenly was just like, I just want to ask one question. Are you okay? And that should have been the end of it. Like, I don't understand why Toya could not
because
leave it at that.
Yeah, because I felt like Heavenly's question wasn't, because Heavenly did two things where I was like, okay, Heavenly, you a crazy motherfucker, but I don't dislike you in this. Because she was like, because once she asked, have we been, do you feel we've been good friends to you? And if not, what she said, like how can we or whatever give you space or whatever. And then she also said like I want to know, are you okay? I was like, Kevin, that's not bad. You know, I did think that was good, and like you said, that should have been the end of it. Then Toya asked talking about, well, I just got a question, and I'm sorry, like I can understand the argument being made where like, well, how did Heavenly get to ask a question and Toya don't? And I would argue that Toya don't get to ask a question because nothing throughout this whole thing, nothing that Toya has been presented like she actually cares about Quark's well-being. All what Toya has presented is tell me all your business so I can have my opinion about it. Like nothing has been empathetic, nothing has been displaying any kind of emotional intelligence. Everything about Toya has just been attack, tell me your business. So I understood why Quark was like, I'm going to refrain from answering any more questions, and specifically from you, Toya, because you have shown me nothing that shows like you care. You just want to know shit.
And she was nice about it too when she said that. She was polite. She wasn't like, no, bitch, I said no fucking questions. Like I would have been.
Right.
Be honest about that. But like I said, they made up and cried on each other's shoulders and hugged titty to titty and whatever. But from the preview, it don't look like it's gonna last.
Of course not. Of course
not. It looked like Quad's still gonna be going through it and Heavenly gonna be there for her. So, but that was it for Married to Medicine. So we can end on Black Ink Crew. So this was episode 7. The Power of Headbands, which they are really terrible with these episode titles.
Ain't they?
They have been really, really bad.
Like, cause I watched it on my phone this morning and it cut off like the headband part. So on the title, when I was clicked on the episode, it just had the power of head, and I was like, wait, what? Then I clicked on the whole thing, and it's like the power of the headband. I was like, you.
Yeah. But I'll tell you who need the power of headbands, Jada and Donna, because them wigs, child. Them wigs.
Ooh,
so Jada shows up to Donna's apartment and with a terrible wig, that same terrible blue wig that she always got on,
looking like Sonic the
Hedgehog.
And Donna had on a purple wig. And they commiserated because Jada's cousin got shot at was it like a Puerto Rican Day parade or something like that?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't care one bit about that sob story. I was like, oh, your cousin got shot.
Yeah.
Can we move on to the company retreat?
Yeah, that's all. I literally only wrote Jada cousin got shot. Like that was all I wrote, just so I would remember that it happened.
I wouldn't. Man, this is just me. Like I wouldn't put no shit like that on TV. That's just me.
Well, I mean, what else does Jada have? But you see how they used it. So I feel like it was still strategic.
Yeah, it was.
Because anyway, we'll get there. So yeah, the company retreat. Sky don't know how to blow a whistle.
Everyone animated bitch, like God.
Yeah, if she wouldn't have done all that flailing around, maybe her ass would have had the lung capacity to blow that whistle the right way. But you know, her titties look nice, I guess. So they were supposed to be going to the water park, but it ended up raining. So they drove to Bumblefuck, New Jersey.
That was a sign, like y'all don't need to do this shit.
Right. And so they end up going to a axe throwing spot. And they were throwing axes, and then Alex came, being hella passive aggressive and a little bit weird.
Love it.
He was throwing his axes, and he basically was like, "I'm over people taking my kindness for weakness, and I'm over blah 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 blah, and I'm over you, Donna." And I was just like, "Boy,"
I'm just sitting there watching, like, okay.
that shit felt like some
It
shit
was
that would
high school stage play.
right. It felt like some shit that would have been in like a Disney Channel original movie.
I'm over you, Donna. I was like, okay.
I was like, this is the most Iyanla ass exercise I never damn seen.
I don't know. I think Iyanla's smart enough not to have weapons on the premises.
Fair enough.
Never mind.
I did.
Oh, on the premise, as long as that bitch and them chompers are there.
Yeah. I thought he had dumped Donna, but you know, he didn't.
Well, he overreacted, but at the same time, Curtis made a good point in the pregame. If that nigga would have came through, I believe Donna would have fucked him.
Yeah, if Mo had actually shown up to her house, like I said, the only reason she's innocent by lack of opportunity. And I truly believe that if Mo had shown up, we would be having a whole different conversation, and they would be having a whole different conversation. Because her whole thing is, I didn't do anything wrong because he didn't show up. Exactly, because he didn't show up, not because you didn't have intentions of doing it.
Would have been making pussy payments.
Oh, y'all get on my nerves so bad. I'm laughing because the episode of my show that's going out this week, my guest brought up pussy payments too, and I'm just like, can I not get away from it?
Yeah.
So they were doing whatever. They went to the house and I don't know what was going on, and Sky was naked for no reason.
Which is like a day in a while.
Yeah. So Donna like got these candles and shit like she was about to call on the spirits. And she had a plate of steak and was, I guess that's supposed to be their little thing, like bonding over, cow flesh. Because what did he say? It was like the first time he went to her house, she cooked him a T-bone steak, and she cooked him a T-bone steak every time he go over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, so your triglycerides are up. Okay, got it.
Right.
Cholesterol just hot in the motherfucking, y'all just having stink sex.
Yeah.
Smelling like old beef Wellington.
Pussy Wellington.
Show title.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of steak, so they decided to commemorate them making up and still being a couple, which they tattooed a little T-bone steak on each other, and I was just like,
All them years Donna been at that goddamn shop, and that bitch still can't tattoo.
My whole thing was, I was just like, the culmination of musty love is, I guess,
it's different. How you cook it? How you tattoo a steak and it still look undercooked? I was like, that steak is not cooked well.
Because because on her, I can't remember what it looked like on him because I wasn't paying attention. But on her, he was coloring it in red, and I was like, well, why is the steak raw?
I guess the match will smell.
I mean, he love it, so I guess. No accounting for taste.
All right. Yeah, this I count.
Speaking of smelling like backwoods, hey, what the fuck? Listen, they need a human resources because they didn't. This Toki bitch. Listen.
Yeah.
The only thing that I took from it, and God forgive me, because you know that we on this show we are always about believing women, believing victims and survivors. But Toki felt performative, and weird, and
it definitely felt like she used past trauma for a storyline.
Yeah,
and then because it was like when her phone rang, and I was like, "Why you don't got this nigga number blocked?"
Right.
Why is he able to contact you? And it was just a lot, and not blaming her because no woman deserves abuse, but like Curtis said, it's not that we don't believe her. We just feel like she used this for a decent storyline.
Yeah.
Or
On top of being coupled with, it does not look like she's getting the help that she obviously needs to deal with that situation, because I'm not saying she's wrong or anything like that because that phone call set her off, but that should be enough of an indication that I need additional help processing this.
Yes.
It should not, you shouldn't just be letting yourself or letting that person get you in that space. And if you realize that it's happening, then I would think, want to be doing something about it, because I'm not shaming her victimhood at all, but it's a different thing when your victimhood is putting people in that position when because they don't know you.
Right. And
so they don't know what you capable of or what you was about to do.
Right.
If somebody would have punched you in the mouth because they thought you was about to start trying to hack people, they would have been in the right, because they don't know what you're going through.
Yeah.
And you have to take some personal accountability in that situation.
And I'm so tired of Donna being in her feelings about a job that that bitch with the blue hair ain't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to fight?
Yeah,
you had an opportunity to take her job back before they hired Toki, and that's why Young Bae hired her, because she told Bae, she's like, I don't work here no more.
Yep. Yeah. She was trying to incite a revolution with Bae.
Yeah, that's literally my.
You gotta quit, Bae. And Bae was like, "Huh? Quit? Who gonna quit?"
Bae was like, "Rent in New York too goddamn high."
Bae was like, "Girl, I just had a baby. What are you even saying? Quit where?"
Yeah.
Shake, bitch.
Speaking of shake, so Jada showed up to the house because Donna texted her the address. And I thought, I'm sorry, but I thought this was performative too, because I think they said they rode like a couple hours to get to where they were. And Jada came like, I didn't want to be alone because, my cousin just got shot and I'm going through it. And so I took a couple of things on that. I was like, number one, you chose to... He didn't die. Number two, you chose to be away from being able to visit your cousin in the hospital at the time to go crash this house with the people that you don't work with no more. And then I told you fired on multiple occasions.
Don't want your ass there.
And they don't want you around. And number three, you didn't have anybody else that you could lean on. I find that very hard to believe. That you don't have nobody else that you could have solicited so that you didn't have to be alone for the weekend after your cousin got shot.
Like Donna and motherfuckers in the shop that done treated you like shit. The only people that you know, come on.
Yeah. Like you go over there talking about, and so when Teddy, being the bitch that he is, of course, he start turning up because I'm just like.
Which I know we rightfully dragging Jada because that shit didn't look believable at all and performative.
Big back wildebeest.
I was like, correct, Candace. But I was like, see, here go Teddy doing what he do, jumping off at the mouth, because literally, one, if he wouldn't keep his dick out of shot pussy, we literally would not be here. Also, if he would have sat down, if he wouldn't have jumped up and been Captain Save-A-Hole when Jada and Tati when they was in New Orleans and Jada came to that shop to squash shit with Tati, we wouldn't be here. And I was like, here you go again, Teddy, being a piece of bitch ass, fat ass, little Kelly Price ass nigga.
Yeah.
Being Captain Save-A-Hole and jumping to conclusions. Go ahead, Curtis.
Jada went full Tyler Perry's Medina family reunion. And she was in there, I didn't come here for this. And I was like, girl.
That impersonation was spot on.
With no tears. And I was just like, all right.
Leave me alone.
I just felt like she used that as, continuation of her storyline.
I agree, but I also was happy that Teddy felt like Yeah, I don't disagree. I agree, but I also was happy that Teddy felt like a piece of bitch because he deserves.
Yeah.
So
Oh man, I really feel like a dick. Just
good,
now?
Just
right,
yeah.
You've been a dick for seasons. What is you even saying?
right, right. You being a dick is how we got here in the first goddamn place.
Correct. You not knowing where to stick your dick. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, we can move on.
So the last thing, Young Bay. So Young Bay, her mom comes to visit. So before her mom gets there, the day before her mom gets there, she tells Rob, her boyfriend. I don't think they got married, did they?
They engaged.
Oh, okay. Her
Yeah, they engaged.
whatever. That she just had a baby with. She tells him the day before that her mama is coming to stay for an extended stay, I should say.
Like months.
Yeah.
Literally months. And I was saying that in the pregame, I've worked with people that's like a tradition. Like if their parents still live in Vietnam or India or something like that, it's kind of tradition. Like, yeah, my in-laws come and they stay for 3 to 4 months. But for her to tell that nigga that the day before her mama was getting there was just like, girl, what is you doing? And so the whole thing has just been a whole babe, what is you doing? So she didn't tell her man that her mama was coming for an extended stay till the day her mama was getting there. She did not tell her mama that she is engaged to and had a baby with a black man. Although they were very careful with the language to say non-Korean. They didn't mention him actually being black.
But
I don't know if that was. I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's where I was like, ooh, Young Bay could eat shit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if he was Korean or if he was some other form of Asian or Japanese or Oriental or I don't know the right Korean, whatever it may be, had he been any other form of that, that is, she would have sent her mom plenty pictures.
Yep.
Sorry, not sorry.
So her mom showed up to the airport and they met up, and her mama had hella questions, which understandably so. Her mom was like, what does he look like? You never send any pictures. And Bay is stalling and making up lies and excuses. Her mama was like, is he ugly? Like, what is the deal? What is going on? And she was like, oh, he don't like to take pictures. Now, her mom does not speak English. So they were speaking in Vietnamese. And so then her mom was like, girl, you fat.
Her mom was dragging the shit out of her.
And Bay was like, no, I'm thick. This is my thickness. I think her mom understands a little bit of English. She had to have.
Yeah.
Bay was like, no, this is thickness. And her mom was like, no, still fat in Vietnamese. She's like, no, you still fat. So they go to the house and her mom sees Rob and she damn near looked like she had seen a ghost. And at first I was like, her mom about to be hella racist. But she wasn't. She was like, why you have your shoes on in this house?
Right next to the baby.
Next to the baby. She was like, why you don't get up and greet me and bow? She was like, what the fuck? Who raised this heathen? And I too. I was like,
yeah.
Who the fuck raised you? Like, you don't get up and meet and greet somebody's parent properly? Why you got your shoes on your own furniture? I was like, who raised this nigga?
Yeah.
He just sat on the couch like, and Young Bay was sitting there lying, mistranslating between the two of them. So her mama's sitting there basically reading him for filth and got him waving like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, oh, girl.
Yeah. Because I definitely listened to, I think I can speak for all of us. We was like, because we were talking pregame, we were like, at first we thought Young Baby Mama was going to be racist, but we was like, I mean, we can't really fault her because we had all the same reactions.
Well, yeah, I'm not any type of Korean, but don't put your goddamn feet on my table, especially with those shoes on.
Yeah, like
especially by my baby. And two, when my mama walk in the motherfucking house, you speak to her.
Right.
Correct. Like it wasn't even cultural lines that we were just talking about decency and
Common
respect.
decency.
Yeah.
Yes, manners.
Manners. That's why I said, who raised you that you don't have no fucking manners?
Yeah. We were trying to figure out maybe it's a New York nigga thing, but we don't know nothing. We really don't know nothing about Rob. So
I don't know, because Mike don't put his feet on the table. So I was just like,
I think that's just a dusty nigga thing. That ain't no New York nigga thing. That's just a dusty nigga thing. Like he was being dusty and mad disrespectful.
Because I know a lot of people who make sure to speak to their future in-laws when they enter a room. So
hell, even if they're not in-laws.
This was your first time meeting her. You definitely should have done a lot better, my nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, some of the fault does go to Bay because she did not tell him about the customs and about him having to bow. Because I would not have known to bow, but I would have gotten up and greeted her properly because I have manners. But that's the kind of shit that you tell a nigga. Like, okay, hey, I'm Vietnamese. This is the custom. When my mom comes in, you greet her and you also bow.
Correct.
And I would be like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not redneck trash. If that's somebody else's custom, then I will adhere to it. Just like I would expect, okay, you coming into my household, a Southern household, when you come in, you make sure you greet, you be respectful, be mindful of your, hands, take your shoes off, stuff like that. I wouldn't, and I would expect the person to be like, okay, cool, if that's not what they used to. But don't just have me out here fighting blind. Don't have me out here looking the fuck stupid. She had Rob out here looking the fuck. And let me rephrase. She aided in him out here being
looking the fuck stupid. Yeah. Because he looked the fuck stupid. Period.
Yeah, he looked stupid on his own, plenty. Because he should have at least gotten up. Like he should have known that, if nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they, like I said, Young Bay was mistranslating between the two of them, and then they went into the room and closed the door in his face, and that was pretty much that on that. And he was like, "Can I have Nico?" And Young Bay was like, "No." Shout out to her mama though, because she came in, she got over the shock of seeing him, and she went straight for the baby. Like she wasn't for play.
He's like, who is this cab driver you got in here with that shoes on?
And she went straight for her grandson, and she was instantly in grandma mode, but she was definitely checking the fuck out of him.
She was not in the mood for none of his bullshit.
Yeah, and so in the preview, it looked like some shit gonna go down because it looked like he's storming off. And we're gonna see what else happens, and that was pretty much it on Black Ink Crew.
Yeah.
So we have any final thoughts before we wrap this episode up?
No. Damn. That was dry.
It was dry. We squeezed a lot out of it as we usually do, but on whole it was dry.
Yeah, we did. We did what we could.
Yeah. Shout out to our sister Candace being back, and she definitely came with the drags and the comedy. And I was like, and I said that to Jeremy. I think in a individual text, I was like, I'm just gonna sit back and let Candace be Candace.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been cutting up enough anyway.
Hell yeah, I listened to the shows while I was gone. I was like, look at these motherfuckers making me proud.
One thing I will mention that I don't know if y'all saw, and I didn't do my homework before this episode because I decided to sleep instead. Before from Black Ink Crew Chicago, he came out, I think it's a single, and it's like 4 and his brother, so it's 4 in the middle, and it's a bunch of niggas, and I'm assuming those are all his brothers, and Don is there too. And they have on these jackets. So I don't know what kind of song this is. I don't know if it's all his brothers on the song too, or if they just calling that what kind of gimmick it is. But I feel like everybody has done their due diligence. So for the next episode, which will not be next week, it'll be the week after, I'm gonna listen to whatever this is, and we're gonna see what's what. Because if you remember from previous episodes before Black Ink Crew Chicago ended, I was dragging 4 about his mediocre music. So I'm gonna give him a chance, and I'm gonna listen to this, and I'm gonna listen to his song "Help," and I'm gonna report back my findings. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, you guys, remember, leave us ratings on iTunes. Buy some merch from Teespring.
Buy some merch.
Perch merch.
Yeah, purchase some merch. And as Jeremy always says, be a greater hoe, not a hater hoe.
Yeah.
And
Bye.
that's it. And the benediction for this week is give us better filler episodes, because these were filler episodes. We've gotten to that point in each season, but do better.
Thank you so much.
Yep. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye.